day. Excited to get back going. A good week of practice, and guys, just ready for the opportunity, man. Ready for the game to get here. It's going to be a great matchup, and I know there'll be a lot of excitement with our fans. But tomorrow's Thursday. Seems like the week's gone by pretty fast since we came back and got back at it.
You find that when it's a bigger game, every game is important, but when it's a bigger game, you get a little more juice out of them at practice.
Yeah, our guys, they really are. I mean, and maybe it's just we're just such creatures of habit around here. I mean, you definitely, they're young people, and they're very in tune to, who we play and all that stuff, for sure. But our guys just do, and I just think it's just a part of our culture. Our guys do a great job, our leaders, of just, not letting guys make one game bigger than the other and things like that, and just preparing. And I think part of it too is we don't change anything. I mean, it doesn't matter if we're playing Furman or we're playing NC State, who's undefeated. We don't prepare any different. We prepare the exact same. And so I think part of our consistency is a result of that. And then we just develop that mindset in these guys. But even with all of that, they are very much aware of where we are in the season, and it's Game 7. It's the third quarter of the season, and you're playing. You got there's only 5 undefeated teams left in the Power 5, and 2 of them are playing each other. So they get it, and I think they enjoy playing in these type of games for sure. But I think they enjoy playing in all of them. But everybody's excited, because this is the moment we're in, and it's a special moment.
Your team's had so many games where they don't look like they feel pressure. Is that part of it?
Well, I think pressure. There is no pressure when you're committed and prepared. Just that simple. What's the worst thing that happen? You get beat. If you're prepared and you're committed, then you shouldn't have any pressure. If you try to take shortcuts and you maybe not quite as committed as you need to be or should have been or whatever, well, then there's a little pressure. And so I think all of us can understand that. We've all been in school, we've all taken a test, and I'm sure Larry was always 100% prepared for every test, but those days when you walked in there like, hey, give me that test. You hadn't seen the test, but you were prepared, you were committed to prepare for it, and you enjoy the moment because you've put the work in, and doesn't mean you might not make a mistake or something like that. And then we've also probably all in our careers of academia, growing up, somewhere along the line, probably like, oh crap, you didn't quite prepare like you needed to, and now the moment's here, and there's a lot of pressure on you, there's a lot of anxiety on you because you're like, dang it, I should have studied more. I should have and then you get the test and you go, oh, I didn't study that chapter, And so I just think, again, pressure is self-induced. I think you can control all that stuff. I think emotion's a part of the game, and energy and all that, but we got a committed football team, and I think that they're preparing very well, and so just get excited to go play the game.
Coach, Jordan Williams finally back in action at Wake Forest. How is he progressing, and how much do you think that injury set him back?
Well, it set him back a lot because he missed 3 games, but he's good, and then got a chance to get back in there and play, and then had an open date as well. So he's in a good spot. He's ready to go. Just cost him some opportunity to get some reps and play, but he did get some experience. He got a chance to kind of get in there a little bit and play, and then he had a great camp. So I think he's getting back into the rhythm of things.
Tavian doing any better today?
Yeah. Tavian's he's had a good couple days with the pads on, so it's been good to see.
With Redshirt and Cornell Powell, you've got Adam and DK listed on depth chart for kick returns. I think Lynn J had an opportunity or two. Any chance that you might get some opportunities there?
Yeah. We're gonna go with DK and Lynn J right now. That'll be our 2 guys that we're gonna work in there. We've done okay. I think we're 3rd in the league in return. So we hadn't got a lot of returns because we're a low scoring defense. So that's a good thing. But I think as a team, I think we're 3rd in the league. So we've done a couple good things, and Cornell was a part of that. But you know, we're gonna give these guys an opportunity. They practice well, and I think they'll do fine.
Speaking of Cornell, when he comes back, I know you did work with him at safety during the spring. Do you think about maybe when he comes back that he maybe does that again?
We hadn't talked about anything like that. We're just trying to see if we can get a year back with him. That's our goal for him. He was having a really good had a good camp, was having a good season, and was kind of, you know, getting more and more involved, and you know, just had an academic situation that sat him down for a little while, and that's the only reason we even really started talking about, even though, like I said, it's resolved and he could go play this week. We kind of said, well, you know, let's see if we can take a year back and see how it works out. So that's our goal.
Who's your top performing offensive lineman through 6 games, I guess, grade-wise?
Oh, I'd have to look at all their grades, but you know, Mitch is, I mean, the guys, when Mitch makes a mistake, it's like, Mitch, you know, I mean, you just can't believe it. You know, he's like Renfro. Renfro drops the ball, it's like, what just happened? You know, Mitch gives up a pressure or something like that, or has a mental error. It's kind of the same thing. He's just Mr. Dependable. I mean, I think he ties the all-time start record or something for linemen this week, I think. And then, so Lord willing, he'll end up leaving here, started more games than anybody, and played more snaps than anybody in the history of the program. So it'd be hard. Although I'm very pleased with all those guys. I think the guys have all had some moments where maybe not as consistent as they needed to be, but I think they've all also had some really, really bright signs as well. But Mitch he's the epitome of consistency.
On the offensive line, Cade and Sean have been battling all season long for that spot. Is there another guy in that second tier that may be pushing somebody else?
Gage has played well. Shoot, he took it over in that Syracuse game when we had to have it. You know, I mean that's just another thing in that you know, Pollard's back out there playing tackle, and here's Savinka in there playing guard. And then we ended up having Backhorst in there too, I think, on that last drive. So Gage has really come on. He's really come on. I look at Gage as a starter. I got all the confidence in the world in him. He's really, and he's playing, you know, a lot of snaps for us. So he's in that same tier.
Coach, quarterback is such a position of leadership. You have a true freshman quarterback now. You had Deshaun was a true freshman. How difficult is it to walk that line between being a leader on the team as a true freshman, still maintaining, you know, the humility of a freshman? Yeah. Did Deshaun comport himself, you know, pretty much the same way Trevor is?
Yeah, I just think it's that just goes back to the personality of that person. You know, I mean, you could be a very talented freshman, but be cocky and you know, arrogant and high maintenance and all those things. I've been around that, and you know, it's harder to lead. Or you can be a guy that leads by example, respects the veteran player, just comes to work every day, consistent, great preparer, attention to details, above and beyond type of a guy, and then all of a sudden you quickly, you know, everybody notices that, and he's definitely that. I mean, he's a natural leader. He's a lot like Deshaun in that he's not a loud leader. He's just loud by how he plays and practices and prepares. That, you know, the old saying, your actions speak so loud I can't hear what you're saying, right? That's who he is. He leads by his actions, his preparation, just little things, you know. And Deshaun was that way, and so very similar in that. Just a very, very poised demeanor and a very humble spirit to him. You know, he's one of the most low maintenance players low maintenance superstar type of player that you'll ever be around. I mean, he's had an enormous amount of success for a long time, but he has an unbelievable humility to him.
Thanks, Coach.